students. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about important topic respiration and circulation. It is important for 7 to 10 marks for board exam. And the respiration is an important process in our body. All living organisms requires energy which is obtained by this process of respiration. So respiration which takes place in body. So it is a process in which organic compounds oxidized and chemical energy is produced or liberated, released or liberated by this process, and these organic compounds are not directly used for different vital activities, and hence there is a need of oxidation. So the organic compounds are mostly C6H12O6, that is glucose, which comes in contact with oxygen and it is broken down to forms 6,6CO2 plus 6 water molecules, that is H2O, and 38 ATP molecules are released, that is 686 kilocalories, which are released by this process. So respiration is a biochemical process, takes place by oxidation, and chemical energy is released which is used for different life activities, and hence it is a main process of all living organisms. In case of plants as well as animals, the respiration is carried out by different respiratory organs. So there are different respiratory organs which helps in exchange of gases. These respiratory organs helps in exchange of gases, and for this there are some peculiar characters which are present in these parts. For example, in case of plants or in case of animals, the exchange of gases which takes place by simple diffusion process, and for this process there are need of some characters. That is, first character, the part which is exposed must be large. The area or exposed area should be large. Then the second important character, that is the part which helps in exchange of gases, should be thin, moist and permeable to gases exchange, and permeable to gaseous exchange. And third character, it is a thin and highly vascular. This area should be highly vascular. So all these special features which are present in the respiratory organs which helps in exchange of gases. So in case of plants, flowering plants or in angiosperms, these respiratory organs are main respiratory organs by which the exchange of gases takes place is stomata. In flowering plants, respiration or this exchange of gases takes place by small pores which are present on the leaf lamina, is called as stomata. Whereas in case of some woody plants, the bark of these plants shows small pores called as lenticels. So stomata and lenticels, these are the respiratory organs in plants. Whereas in animals which is there are different diversity in animals. So in small vertebrates or from small invertebrata to larger vertebrates or higher animals, or in chordates, there are different respiratory organs are present. So these respiratory organs we are going to study in detail through chart. So from protozoa to higher animals like mammals, there are different respiratory organs which helps in exchange of gases. These organs helps in exchange of gases, that is a respiration. So next, respiratory organs in different animals. So with help of this chart we are going to study the organisms and their respiratory organs. As there are variety of organisms in case of animals, there are different phylums, and from this Protista to last higher chordates, there are different respiratory organs are present which helps in gaseous exchange. So first we start from Protista. The Protista, which are very small organisms, and sponges are also aquatic invertebrates. It also includes Coelenterata or the animals of coelentrates. In these animals, the habitat is aquatic. These are aquatic in nature, and the respiration or exchange of gases takes place by membrane, that is plasma membrane, which is thin and permeable to gaseous exchange, and hence the respiration is carried out by plasma membrane. Next phylum, from phylum Protista and Porifera, Coelenterata, the next phylum, that is the flatworms. The flatworms, that is Platyhelminthes. These flatworms, Annelida, like leech, earthworm, Nereis. These animals are semi-aquatic or aquatic in nature, and in these animals the respiration is also again carried out by plasma membrane as well as moist skin. Then it also includes the examples of amphibia, that is frog. Frog is also example of this moist skin, because the skin in frog is moist and helps in diffusion of gases. Then third, after this flatworms, the next phylum is Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, but in your textbook only important animals are considered, like Insecta. The cockroach is the example of Insecta, in which the habitat is a terrestrial and the respiration is carried out by tracheal tubes or trachea. And next respiratory organ is also spiracles, that is the small openings which lies on lateral sides of the body, and it helps in exchange of gases, that is spiracles. Then next phylum is Arthropoda, and the examples like Arachnida, it includes spider, scorpion, and in these animals there is a typical type of respiration takes place. These are terrestrial in habitat, and the respiration is carried out by book lungs, that is book-like lungs, and which helps in respiration. Next, the limulus is also example of Arthropoda. There are many examples of Arthropoda is explained in your textbook. The limulus is a example of Arthropoda and which is known as living fossil. It is a living fossil as there is no any change takes place from long time, and hence the limulus is known as living fossil, and it is a example of phylum Arthropoda, and it is aquatic in nature, and the respiration in this animal is takes place by book gills. Then from this the different animals like amphibia, salamander, newts, these are the organisms in which the respiration is carried out by external gills. For example, in amphibia, when there is a larva, tadpole, it is present in water and the respiration is carried out by gills. Whereas in salamanders as well as newts, these are the examples of aquatic animals in which, as it is aquatic, the respiration takes place by external gills. Respiration takes place by external gills. The larva, which is known as tadpole, the tadpole larva of amphibian, salamanders, and newts. Newts are the lizard-like structure which animal present in water, and it is also respire by means of external gills. And then from this higher vertebrates starts, that is class Pisces, which includes all the fishes, and the fishes are aquatic in nature, and all of you know that the respiration in fishes takes place by internal gills. Then from class Pisces, next class is the reptilia, aves and mammals. These are the higher vertebrates or chordates in which there are special respiratory organs. In aves, reptiles, mammals, there are special respiratory or well-developed respiratory organs. All these are terrestrial in habitat, and the respiration is carried out by lungs. Lungs is the chief respiratory organ in all higher vertebrates. The paired lungs which helps in exchange of gases. Then last example in your textbook is a turtle. It is a example of reptilia. There are tortoises, then crocodiles. All these animals are included in reptilia, and the class reptilia shows respiratory organ, that is paired lungs. But in case of turtles, when these are present on land or in a terrestrial habitat, the respiration is carried out by lungs. But mostly the turtles which are present in seawater, these are occurs or found in underwater. Habitat is underwater, and when these are present underwater, the respiratory organs involved in this exchange of gases is cloaca. Cloaca is a small opening of excretory system, all of you know that, and from this cloaca the exchange of gases takes place. It occurs only in the turtles when these are present in underwater or seawater. Mostly occurs in western seawater, where the large turtles remains underwater and respire by means of cloaca or cloacal aperture. So here we complete the respiratory organs in different animals. There is not any includes the different animals from arthropoda, mollusca. In mollusca there are also snail, slug, which are terrestrial in habitat, and it shows the respiratory organs like Ctenidia. These organs are also important for NEET exam, but there is no mention in your textbook all phylums continuously, but there are some typical examples are given in textbook. So the Arachnida, Insecta, Limulus, all these are arthropods, and the respiratory organs are different, and hence it includes in your syllabus. So these respiratory organs are important for MCQ as well as very short answer questions. So this chart helps you to describe all these animals with their respiratory organs. So here we complete the respiratory organs.